So this is, you would think inventory, but I always think, oh, I'm going to create with it. And I am today. I'm going to be good. I'm going to, oh, yeah. Yeah, I have some difficulties because I just love it all. That is such a problem. So when I tried to organize it and I put it in a tote, I knew it was time that I needed to create with it. I have been slacking off making little assemblies, vignettes for you all. So my name is Yvonne, and I may have a problem. The first part of recovery is admitting that you have a problem. I love smalls, and I hoard on them way too much. So in this video, y'all are going to help me. I am going to create little vignettes for you all because I have totes full of smalls, shelves full of smalls that I need to do something with. And I love to use them in my own decor. I love to change things out, but sometimes when you start getting totes and shelves full, you gotta sell some. So that's what today's video is I'm just gonna share with you how I'm gonna create vignettes from all that stuff on the shelves and all that stuff in totes. Okay, probably not all of it. Baby steps. So the first thing I need to do is go to my box stash. Okay, this is not a box, but it is a yummy drawer. I just have one and it's painted green. Oh, look at that detail. So that just shows it's just beautiful. So yeah, I not only do I have a problem with smalls, but I have a problem with little boxes and drawers, and I'm like, oh, they're so cute. You know, that's the problem with shopping all the time is they're like, well, that's cute. I need that. I need that. So I'm going to create a vignette, a nice little package out in front of me. So I'm just going to start stacking them in. Look at another problem I have. Yeah, old clock faces. Look at the age patina on this. It is beautiful. So great, like to give yourself some height. And then I saw this little girl in somebody's booth, and I'm like, I know, not in time for Easter, but I still think bunnies can be year round and spring. But if I put her in there, we just lost her. All we see is her head. So I'm gonna take that out. This I never really knew what it was, like if it's some type of a battery. I really do not have a clue. It's just something old. So, but I thought this is great weight. It's great riser, and they've been sitting on my shelf. So like, you know, you can always take this apart and do what you want. But there's enough of a gap there that I can still put that, and then it kind of holds it. But then there's nothing really over here. And one day I ran across these beautiful. Look at that. The color. It was the color. Now if I don't know if the feathers would have been as white if I would have like picked them up, but I absolutely love them. So I'm going to see if I can fit this in here with the clock base. Might be a little tight squeeze, but we need a little bit of height, a little bit of whimsical there. Definitely springish. My goal was to see if I could make my stash into springish. My clock is now not straight, so hold on. Let's get it to be 12 o'clock. There, push that back down. Now my little bunny should be able to sit. Oh, it does. Oh, yep. Why the ears are going one way, I don't know. That's how it was made. I do. There we go. Okay, so we have that much. I have a doily. I do have a stash of doilies. There's just something about draping doilies, using doilies. Who doesn't have a stash of doilies? See if that's the way I want the doily to go. Do I want it pointed? One is more pointed than the other. You can double it up. You just keep playing until you're like, yep, I love it. I need something tall, something over here. And I have an Edison. No, there's nothing in it. There's no top to it, but it's green. So of course, y'all know me. I'm oh, I need it because it's green. So I'm gonna go ahead and put it in here. You do see that green little top, and I think, like, to go with the neutral hue that this has, I'm going to put tallow berries, which y'all know are my favorite. Tallow berries, I always make sure I have a bundle or two on hand, so when I get into my creative mode. So they're dried berries. You can get them off of Amazon. I don't know if I need to cut them down. I think I will need to, or you don't even have to cut them. Usually they'll just break because it's dried. I don't want them to be taller than the feathers, but I do want it to be full. I know some people think they may be on the expensive side. Of course, depending on when you get onto Amazon, they could be anywhere from $12 to $28. But for me, I'm like, they don't die. So you can use them all year long. You can separate them, reuse them again. So to me, that I think that's a fair price. Oh, see what they do? They're so pretty. They just take it to the next level, and I think I can fit one more because I never know when enough is enough. I mean, that we could leave that as is. It's so cute, but I don't know when enough is enough. I love to add old Bibles. This is Modern English, New Testament. See if I can fit that in here. Who doesn't like a little old book? I have, when I bought the bunny, I thought they have to stay a pair. Think spring. So it's a little Eastery, but not terribly Eastery. Might put that right there. I don't want to take away. Well, I wanted to put a Bible in there. So if you make it tight enough, you can make everything work. Then I have, it's a piece of somebody's pottery. And then I love these little battery operated grunge candles. So if you want to turn on the light, and then we need to add another black feature. So I have this spool that has some black thread on it. We can stuff that back there. So let me take a look myself. But I think this looks better if I have her holding it. Maybe we need another element of some kind, like right back here, but short enough that you see it, but also tall enough that you see it, and then short enough that you aren't covering up the clock. But so I gotta go dig. I dug, and I don't even know what this brush would have been too. Rusty crusty at its best, but we got that black feature. Like, you could leave it straight up, but it kind of covers the 11, and then, but if you tip it, I think there's enough that it doesn't fall. And actually, the little doily kind of matches the little point of this egg. So I think we got her filled. And then maybe hanging off the doily. This isn't terribly old, but it is a rosary. Sometimes you got to talk nice to it because it's a little heavy. Maybe wrap it around the book, and then through. I love these old glasses. Absolutely love them. So let's just stick them right here. Because I'm a terrible matchy person, these are gold, these are silver. So silver. I know the binding is, but there we go. That makes me happier. I know. How do you leave it behind? Somebody along the lines painted it green, just a dry brush. So of course the green right off the bat attracted me, the age. Whatever reason, there's a little bit of glitter on there. I must have used it for Christmas, but I'm not going to do anything to it because I don't want to ruin that patina. Love that it has a little lid. Little bit of brokenness here. Is that perfectly imperfect? Okay, let's just determine what we think is should be the front. A little bit broken there. Beautiful lid. So we're going to keep the lid in because I think the lid will make a great backdrop, but though it will be cockeyed. So I think this is, y'all tell me what it is, but I think it's like a photo, but it's black. It was tall. I'm like, green, black is like my next. Like I'm always grabbing black. But see, then it tells a great story. It's an old piece. We're not throwing it out. As I said, it just makes a great backdrop. And so now we have those two pieces in there. And I did pull stuff out. Look at this doily. I think it's kitty cats. Oh. But unfortunately, it's kind of hard to see the kitty cats. I might have to save it for a different one. I don't know. I want to use it. I want to. If I don't, I don't. You know, just because you grab stuff out doesn't mean that's what you're necessarily going to use, because I think I'm hiding it. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, we're going to set that off to the side for right now. Old Bible. Not a ton of space to work with, but I think we can make it work. Okay, so I have this massive creamer. It's kind of a little chip there, but can I make that fit in there? Is it too white? I don't know. It might be. I know it's the lid. It's the lid, but we got to keep the lid with it. It's just how that works. It's gotta stay. I have somebody took a clock apart face. Ooh, we'll have to figure out how to lift that up. I took out the creamer for right now. I do have, I don't know. I don't even know. Like, I don't think it cost me $3. I'll take that tag off in a minute, but let's see if we can get that to be in here. Put that back. It's bendable, so we can bend it. And then we can stick our, we got the clock face in there. Okay, got the label off. Still playing. Because after I got the label off, then I ran across a clock with a fish. I still need something to help hold everything up. That's the only hard thing about doing little boxes, is a lot of times things fall and we don't want them to fall. Because look it's an old receipt. As much as I love that. I know. You're like, you're just changing the whole thing. I might. It's not finished till it's finished. Okay, so let's put that there, put that there. Oh, it's heavy. The clock face is heavy. Do I have a whole stash of these? Yes, I do. But we are going to use them to rice things up. I will send the lid if the lid does not fit in here at the end. It's got some wire, metal that's causing some problems. Bend that a little bit more. We just need to raise some stuff up here. Okay, now we got a tighter little package. I did find this black. Oh, mason tape. Sometimes things are hard to read. Which then I thought that kind of goes with the Pro a little bit more. Maybe. Yes, but butt him up a little bit more. This is where I am so far. I thought the green matched. And then a Bible. For the background, I decided to nix the photo. This may be too tall. So I'm going to go see what I have. I do have like a smaller little, but I really like the white or the cream. What about a butter pat and a little creamer? I do. I have one that's standing up. I feel like they should be friends and they should stay together. But I'll have to put something in there to rise them up. I like it, but is it too overpowering? I mean, I absolutely love that, but is it, yeah, you know what I mean? Is it too, like, do I get more out of it if I put those in there? We're still working it. I need something to hold my plate up. And then we can put maybe that. And put that. And oh, me and my ideas anyway. Maybe. Okay, so I do like that. I like the my goal was to try to put I got a lot of books. So there we go. We have that, and that's risen up. I'm thinking, let me just put some tallow berries in there now so I can see it. Oh, well, apparently that one wants to go in. It just always just elevates the whole thing when you can add these in here. It doesn't take a ton of the sprigs to and that's usually, you know, if you're like me, you have to walk away, think about your design, and then come back. Still trying to raise this up a little bit. Old tin. Does it make any sense? Probably not. What was it? Something herb company. Whole point is I'm just trying to make things go up in the air here. So like you can see this one, and then you can see that one, and we can put that back in, and then add the book, and then maybe add the Bible, which, oh, the Bible's going to tighten it up too much. How about the glasses? I don't want to put a doily, I don't think. I thought I did, but then I noticed that had cats on it. And I'm like, no, I love those cats. So little glasses there. My stash of little books. I have no idea. Because unfortunately, the back of that's just not so pretty. One lonely little spindle. A green spindle. He might be able to help me a little bit. I may have to put both of the, there we go, because that's kind of slipping. They're so delicate. Okay, so now try it. That way that kind of tightens it, kind of makes it like a safety pin. No, paper clip that to hold it. Know if they'll fit in here or not, but I'd like to, I don't know, the little building blocks. Like, will you fit in here enough that I can? I just want him to be a little bit taller. There. next one won't. Maybe, because my next one is gonna go under a Cloch. You saw my Cloch pile, right? But when I find them in somebody's booth, I'm like, I'm gonna create with them. I'm gonna create with them. Though this one came with this. This is not a painting video, so I'm not painting it. So I'm not using that one. But this is what I'm using. So we got a couple options here because you have this side and then you have this side. So either way, it looks amazing. Like this way you could set it off to the side more and put more yummies. I love it this way. I love the tiering of it, like a double riser. I'm sure it was a lid to something, but there again, like, oh, old wood. I love patina wood. And I know it has a hole. It was probably, I would think, a butter churn. There was probably a plunger, you know. So now I think when I kind of threw this one together, I think that it's not going to take me as long to create because I have some yummy green books. And I know it's a lot of green. I love green spring. So these are kind of spring inspired. I'm going with that. So I have these beautiful aged leatherback 1920s books. They're all just, I mean, I would not take the time to try to read them because I think that it's so delicate. So you can put them this way. They fit under a Cloch. They just make a nice tall riser. If you've seen one of my home tour videos, I have little Bibles, which are really hard to find, that go under a Cloch. Like, I think this one is even too big. Yeah, so it's really hard. I took a long time to find a stack of Bibles, little bitty Bibles, to put under a glass Cloch. Maybe I'll remember to insert a picture. But anyway, this is my inspiration. But I don't want to put all my green books in there and fill it all the way to the top. You know, that's some good stuff. I'm giving you guys some really good stuff. I do have, it's a newer, somebody wrote their name on it. I don't know, but it's green flower frog because I thought that would be, I have some old, these are probably came out of a child's register tags. And these flower frogs are just great. Absolutely great for putting these kind of things in. And I like that little 3 set. Whoop, come back. It fell off. So you gotta kind of get them at the right angle in here to get them to stay grouping. You just need, I don't know, you just need that 3 set. The odd man out always works. And then I have, like, so as a reseller, selling little things like this in your booth is hard because you don't want to put it in a locked case. You don't want to bag everything, you know, because you add to the cost. So next thing you know, I'm just hoarding on them. But their age with the age of these is perfect. They are metal. They're not perfect. Like, look at that one, has a hole. They're just old and they're so stinking cute, and they're bunnies, and oh, see how cute that already is to coming together. And I love my Bible stack because I love that it has a rosary, even though these are not Bibles. I love the trundling down of the beads. And then the cross. May not be everybody's jam, but I'm not here to preach to anybody. We are who we are. So then I'm just going to put that on like that. I told you this was not going to be a hard one. And then we're going to put the Cloch back on. I think it still fits. And ta-da! cream cheese, not a little nail in there though. Not for me. I did a video where I glued four of these cheese boxes together, and I had no idea that people would be kind of upset that I did that. I'm like, y'all, I've had so many of these in my booth and they just sit. They don't sell. $8, $12. So I decided I needed to do something, and by the way, it sold right away. So I'm sorry if I offended you all. It's just that. So I'm going to go ahead and create. Not going to glue it, though I need to figure out how to get that little nail's worrying me. I'm going to have to take it into the shop and get it out. I don't want somebody to get hurt. Not get it all the way out, but at least I got it hammered in. It's still a little sharp, but it was starting to destroy the wood, so kind of is what it is. Other than at least it's not a sharp point, but this is a nice yummy box, that's for sure. I'm just walking around all my stashes looking in like, okay, look at these, look at that age, yummy spools with some thread still on them, string still on them. I'm not sure if that will work or not, if it's too bright, but we're gonna stick it in there for right now. I think it's green. This is green. It's an old small little shaker sieve. I wanted some height. You know, I'm always looking for animals though. Like, okay, what animals do I like to add animals in here? I do. And just because I grabbed it doesn't mean it's gonna stay. I still got my yummy clock that I still could fit it. Oh, see, look at, so that might work better in here than in the other So it's all sprawled out. No judging. I have a grouping of mouse traps. Did I buy mouse traps out of somebody's booth? I did, because I don't know why it is. You don't want them in your house, but it's always funny. I don't know. And then I had bought this little wooden handmade mouse, whether he works or not. And then look, it came with a little cheese. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I have to play because I really need something to put them up in the air, but I love the graphics. And it's almost the same, like greenish blue. We're going to go with it that way. I'm not setting the trap. I just need to have it not be in my way. Would that work to hold the little mousey up there? Oh my gosh. I don't know. You know, it's all about playing. I have multiple different types of mice. Yes, I do. So which would work? The little taller one with his little hands. I don't know. I don't know. I like that he's taller. I switched sides, but I'm not sure. You know, I play off camera. Do I have multiple? Yeah, I do. Because, I don't know, because they're so cute. I just love them. But yes, trying to raise them up is not always the easiest of. Do I like that one? I think I like that one as much. It's because it's the green and the green and the green and the rusty crusty, but they're pretty darn heavy because of all the mechanisms. So maybe I'll see if I have just a clock face. Told you I don't pass them up very often when I see them in somebody's booth. Yeah, that pops it. I like the sifter though. I do like that. These, I guess, are just too heavy. I can't figure out how to, with that down there, because it's rounded, not square, to get everything not to fall in together. I like that little part of it. I think that's fun. Okay, so I decided I'm going to back this so this sits up. I'm going to use the little reseat. I'm going to kind of layer them so you see that yumminess of the old writing, which matches the little guy, the little mouse. Love the clock face. I just wanted something to stop. I love the sifter. Got that green going on there. And then one of the stashes that I got, a whole bunch of old glasses. Look at that. Those rims are so... and they're black and they've got some age on the metal, but I thought they'd be so cute just sitting, like they rest right on there. So you got your black of the eyes. Oh, it's so fun. Now, if this doesn't work and it looks silly, I won't do it, but you know, I love the pitberry. I don't know if that's, I don't know, y'all. Like, am I trying to add them in too many times? But they're always so cute no matter where you add them in at. Like, because there's no lightness to this at all. Just a little spread. May need this little, I don't know, little wooden something, because this keeps falling in. Sometimes you got to talk to your things nice, you know. Right? Figure out if I can make this a little bit tighter. I don't have that same green, because that's the spot that it's being a little bit on the floppy side. But I think that green matches that green. This wasn't tight enough. That had too much texture. But for me, you know, I like to make them kind of tight packages. That way, when you go to dust, you don't have to take everything out and dust it. You can just lift it up, even though probably sooner or later, if you're like me, you'll change it out to dust. I have a whole bag of, I think there's some type of picks, all different age. Somebody collected pokey tools. So I'm trying to decide, like, what can I do with a grouping like this? There again, rusty crusty, aged patina wood. I have to look around at my stash to see what I can put these in. I don't know. I got this basket. I'm not sure what it would have held, but like, can I mean, that's not going to be my final that I put it in, but I know some of these, the wood, it's that wood. I just love it. That one's a little bit on the bigger side. They do kind of fit in there. I don't know. It's just, I mean, there's just something about grouping a whole bunch of stuff that's alike together that just makes it so cool. I told you I have a drawer problem. But look at, they're so cool. I don't even know if this is all going to fit in here or not. I don't know. Am I crazy? Is it stupid? I wish that one was a little bit longer because he doesn't want to go in there. But then he's short. He fits there, but he's short. Okay. It is kind of cool, though. Okay, so now I just got to figure out, like, what can I go with it? Do I go with this brass? This one has brass. This one has... Okay, let's just start building and seeing where we go. Well, he's brass. He's aged. He's lost his felt on the bottom, but I mean, with that brass and that brass, of course, you know, I'm not just going to leave him like that, but I love that thought. I do have a couple Bibles sitting here. That would raise him up. I don't know, is that too new? Am I doing too many clock? I got a lot of clock places. Maybe it needs to some age. I warned you. I said I warned you. Like, is that better? It's like the eye doctor. Better. One. A or B. 1, 2. Oh, I think this is just too good, and it's in too good of shape. It kind of makes him pop a little bit though. You know, I can push the book back, the Bible back. Sorry, Mousy. And then push that forward, push that, and then you can push that so then it's leaning, or, well, no, it's still gonna fall. It's okay. You know me, I'll stick something and make it work out. My little problem child that doesn't see, the problem is he just got a little bitty point. Everybody else has got long. This beautiful transferware one. So there's that. Or I have a stack of the little off-white ones. And you put them on there. And then, oh, maybe only one. Because I kind of like, I think this one's plastic. But there is something about putting them on a cloche. But I don't know if that's a little too fancy. I kind of do like it, though. I think this, oh, I think this one's plastic. I'm not throwing it on the floor to check it out, but I do. I've had a little mouse underneath the cloche in my decor for quite a while. But the white, I think the white is just too white with all the darkness going on. His ears are heavy. Maybe I can use the kitty cat. That would be funny. Okay, so we got the kitty cat hanging over. Oh, that one's got a spot on it. Well, I have to turn and look. Like, how can I use? Maybe I have another one of those dominoes. I don't know what they're not. They are. They're like a building block. I got a whole grouping of them. I said I had a whole grouping of them. I think they came in actually were they were in a jar. But they are great to add as fillers to raise it up the way that I like to use it. There, so now it's a little bit taller. This little bowl of I have so many little bowls of trinkets. Like with this wooden, it's not a clay marble, it's just a wooden ball. But that'll bring that metal in a little bit to match that. What else do I have in here? Specialty something or other. I don't know. I really, I don't, I don't know. I don't know, but it is cool graphics, and we need something little, and that same hue, I think, works wonderful. There's another little clock. That's my problem. I got all these little cute little trinket things that I want to use. The dish out. So I'm like, okay, the little needle holders. There's a couple little, very little. The black goes with it. I know I'm covering up the doily, but it's really hard. Oh, there's 3 of them in there. I feel like I can't leave one out, but I don't know if I have room for 3. Do I have room for 3? Sure, we will just make it work. I don't know. I bought this on a whatnot because the check was amazing, but there is, like, the back's got a lot of damage. Darn it all. Part of me is like, but I don't know. You know what? When it comes to old stuff, secondhand finds, sometimes you just have to live with what it is. I have this little whisk room, which is like the yellow. Like, that's how I go. I'm like, okay, what are the colors matching here? What can I use as a background to add some volume, to add height to the vignette? So I know that I want that. And then I have this hello little chick, because I was trying to stick with the spring theme. You know, it's a good thought. But I do think I'm going to grab another one of those things that I've been using that I'm not even sure what they are, to put in here. They definitely add weight to the item for one, but they also give me something to... So are they a battery? It's not SOS. I really don't know what it is, but I know that I have a few of them. So let's put that in there. And then I was hoping maybe to add this little detail piece in there, though I don't know. Like, does it work? Does it not work? Do you put it that way? Do you put it this way? I love along with littles, architectural salvage gets me all the time. So let me just set that off to the side first, because I kind of would like to see what the chick looks like. I think he'll stand in the little broom. That might be all the height that I can get back here. So hard to know. And his little beak he's front heavy. Need to figure out what else to fill in around it, because that's definitely not enough. And I don't think I saved one of the cow containers. I didn't sell the cow containers. So I do have that. I do have a green Bible, but is the green, like, is that too good a shape comparative to, I don't know. I mean, you might be able to. So do I take the chick out and put the cow? He's just not standing upright. He's driving me crazy because he does not want to stay in place. No, I think I like him in this little salvage piece. I think the Bible's just, unfortunately, it's too new. I have this. This is a needle. Look at that. Cool graphics on it. But you got the age. That's why I'm looking for my aged items. But look at the little wagon I just found in my stash. Oh my gosh. I think somebody tried to make some wheels, some clay wheels. Hey, at least it sits up. I don't know, how old is that thing? That is not plastic. Like, can I put some of the sheep that have some green grass around them? I don't know. Maybe my little primitive guy, maybe I just kicked him out. I did see this little goose that I had. No, too white. Maybe that's not gonna work. Look, isn't that funny how you get going and then you really just like start to change your whole, like, this is what I thought I was going to do, and then I'm like, no, then I'm not going to do it. It's actually it might be a little too tall. Just, I like the details. Let me, you all have stashes of salvage. Don't be kidding me. That does not fit. Oop. Oh, putting that in there made it nice and tight. No wonder I couldn't slide it. Okay, so it's just trying to get everything to stay in place. Look at that cute little green pennant. So was that like a ink pennant? 10 cents. 10 cents back in the day. I don't know. So far. We'll keep on playing. I have to fill now. Isn't that funny how you vary off your path of what you think you were going to do? But I like that in the back. Okay, after a lot of playing, I like this. And I like if you set that up, it's hard to see the graphics, but I like the white go with the lambs, and then I put one of those little blocks underneath the one lamb so they're not all even. I had a bigger lamb, but then it was just much too big, and then the white was He was very white. So I'm going to go ahead and take this little tin, sit it to the side, and then we just see the graphics because that white matches that. And then I have this salve, but it's got a green hue to it, and it's got that age, where the age of this is. And I thought that kind of all works together. Then I have a grouping of knives. Green handled. Something about a 3 set. So if I put them behind here, I thought that looked kind of good. So I think I'm going to change out this. It's okay. But then digging through the stash, I found this that I think is even better. This little Clover brand. And then maybe look at the Crazed Butter Pat. So not terribly white to be too in your face. And then I think this is just a broken piece of a rosary, but it's great. So I thought that would be kind of nice just hanging out there. Or I could do here. We could have it hanging there. So thank you for hanging with me as I work through some of my stash. I'm sure I put maybe a little bit of a dent in it and created 6 little vignettes for you. They will all be up on eBay, 99-cent start. Thank you so much for supporting our channel. It just means the world to us. So I hope that I filled them with some yummies that can tempt you. We will see you next time, and you can see what I'm up to. Probably back out into the shop painting something. Bye.